Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. Today is April 23rd, 2025, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, U.S. markets bounce. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So we have flash manufacturing numbers coming out from France at 9:15, from Germany at 9:30, at 10:30 from Great Britain, and at 3:45 from the United States. Now looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, the major pairs really just tapering lower. And looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both bounce. That's good news. And looking at commodities, gold sells lower and tapers lower, while oil remaining unchanged. Looking at the stocks, they pretty much reflected the indices and they bounce. And lastly, look at cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin rallies higher and showing some strength. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to start with the Euro USD. Yes, it topped out and it's retracing here. The question is how much further, okay? Because this has gone a very long way. And if it's going to continue trading together with the Dow Jones in an inverse relationship, meaning the Dow Jones is going up, the euro going higher, meaning the dollar is going lower as well, we're going to see this maybe retrace down to this 112.26-ish level. And that would be my retracement level. Now, it did do a hammer formation yesterday, so it might be a nice turnaround on the upside. So I'd like to see it unfold first, give us some clear direction before jumping into it. Now, the GBP USD pretty much followed the same route. And if we look at the USD Japanese yen, it followed the same route on the opposite side. So everything is trading in tandem. I like to see that when I'm trading the actual Forex symbols. So nothing jumping out initially now, but potentially we could see a nice trade being formed as it still unfolds. Now looking at gold, it did retrace again yesterday to 33.44. Yes, it's in a retracement mode. Yes, if we look at a weekly chart, you could see that upside down hammer formation. Okay, that's like a shooting star, and it doesn't give you that final push on the top, so it does mean that it's correcting itself. So we have to see exactly how much it'll be correcting itself at this level. It's at that 30-day moving average, so it's using that as support. Let's see if it's just consolidating up here. Maybe it'll form some sort of upper limit, at least in the short term. Okay, now jumping into crude oil, a little bit of a gain here, but nothing really to write home about. But the real market, talking about the Dow Jones, had a big day yesterday on the upside and gapping up this morning as well, as this is looking for somewhat of a recovery. Now, doesn't mean that the markets are over. It doesn't mean that, we're going to go back to our 44,000, 46,000 level, but it does mean for now we are having a short squeeze, and that kind of forces people into the upward swing. And looking at the NASDAQ, it's the same story, but not holding that strength as much as the Dow is. And now looking at the individual stocks, they all bounced, okay, pretty much. Now the question is how much of a bounce am I expecting? And are we going to go back into these lows, or are we going to consolidate? Okay, so let's take a look one by one. So Apple had a decent day yesterday, okay, as it hit that 199-ish level. Okay, it's been consolidating in this area. Okay, very choppy kind of trading. If you look at Facebook, also did bounce, but not as much, which means there's more weakness when it comes to Meta. And that means that if we sell off, it'll be Meta that'll be the sell-off first. Now, looking at Microsoft, also got a little bit of a bounce, but not enough. So if I compare them, Apple got the biggest bounce, and compared to the other, some of the fan stocks, not all of them got the same kind of on the upside. Now looking at JP Morgan, here we saw some strength. Okay, so this one pushed a little bit higher, closer to its resistance level. So you have to gauge it. It's very hard. Now looking at Netflix, it was the only green stock the day previously on Monday when we saw the market sell off over 1,000 points. But yesterday it didn't follow through. Okay, it didn't have like a big day yesterday. Had a little bit of a green day, but really did not follow through. If you look at a 4-hour chart, you could see it a little bit clearer as it just traded sideways and really didn't push us higher what I would have expected it. Now it's close to its all-time record highs, so I don't want to push it more than there. Okay, I don't know if it's warranted to go to new record highs. That's something to consider. Now, NVIDIA also got a bounce, but again, not that big of a bounce. So we may still see some weakness in the markets. Now, looking at Bitcoin, Despite this market sell-off, almost across the board, Bitcoin's been very strong. Now, it pushed the last 2 days from 80 to 85. Now it's to 86. Then I said if it breaks 86, 87, it'll go up to 93. And sure enough, that's where we're at. We're at 92, 93,000 as we're pushing this upper limit. And that means the next resistance level is 95,000. So keep that in mind, as Bitcoin is a great trading atmosphere, showing some strength in this really weak market. This is the Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.